I congratulate every woman, man and youth here for all that you are doing within your sphere of influence to collectively progress the advancement of every Nigerian. I thank the leadership of Women Radio 91.7 and commend the excellent work you are doing in giving Nigerian women voices and providing safe spaces such as this gathering for us to come together in sisterhood across ethnic, religious and political lines. This will help to reflect, deliberate and strengthen our bond for the collective achievement of Nigerian women. I want to reaffirm to you that present administration is committed to making poverty history. This government acknowledges the transformation power of empowered women in achieving poverty eradication. I believe the conversation that will take place today will provide the needed intellectual insight and synergy that will enable and move forward the women agenda narrative in Nigeria.
Women, we're much more than the color of our skin. We're much more than our warmth and our smile. We're much more than the affection we give. We're much more than the counsel that we offer. Women, elevate Nigeria. Women, she's 5, but it's only because it's 2019. In 50 years, she'll be 55. She'll be someone's mother-in-law. She'll be someone's boss. She's 2, but she's really a governor of a state. You're just in 2019. Wait till it's beyond 2019. Women elevate Nigeria. Women, we're more than how long our hair is. We're more than how long our eyelashes are. Women, you're much more than yourself. You're much more than the sphere you think you have. You are as good as everybody you know. And we choose not to stand in one spot. Elevate your words, elevate your thoughts, elevate even your ideas. Dare to dream, dare to hope. Know that you're a woman and you must be elevated.
On behalf of the Chairman, Board of Directors and Management Staff of Women Radio 91.7 and the Voice of Women Foundation, I welcome you all once again to the 4th Voice of Women Conference and Awards. It is our hope that the conversations here today will set a collective agenda for socio-economic and political advancement of Nigerian women moving forward. I thank you and God bless you.
We celebrate the achievements of our women as they work hard to elevate Nigeria. We salute the creativity of our youth. We acknowledge the contributions of our men. We must bring the attention of women to their role to help develop and elevate Nigeria through every opportunities presented to them to use the Nigerian resources, both human and material, for the development of our dear nation. As we gather here today, let us all focus on the role of women in elevating Nigeria. We must understand that educating the girl child will give Nigeria a better pool of resources to grow.
Because domestic work, because caregiving does not hit the pockets of men, does not hit the pockets of our economy. Nobody pays for them in monetary values. And that is why nobody appreciates and values the work that women do. But we know that the ability of the mine workers to go and work in the mine, produce the gold or the copper or whatever they produce and sell it at the international market is actually being subsidized by the free labor or even the cheap labor that women provide at home.
Our voices have refused to be drowned in spite of the barriers. We are not lamenting. We are recognizing progress at this conference. We're examining the gaps and we are positioning ourselves for the future, for a better future where Nigeria is great. And before I finally drop the microphone, I would like all of us to say this together. My voice. Your voice. Our voices. Together we elevate Nigeria. Together we elevate Nigeria.
You cannot achieve any development goals without the full and equal participation of women. This is an absolutely amazing space. It did not exist 10 years, 20, 25 years ago, but now we have it. And last, I believe we should all keep coming to these spaces because we have hope. If we use our voices well, if we use our spaces wisely, we will see results. Those results might be slow in coming, but they will happen. Gender inequalities are learned. Gender inequalities are taught. And so if they are learned, they can be unlearned. So it is my hope that we will use our voices, our spaces, and have hope that whatever has been learned in the name of gender discrimination can be unlearned and there will be a better tomorrow.
We have a whole section protecting women. But we're also very glad that somebody who is very professional, who is very ethical, and who is very passionate about the job has taken the bull by the horn, setting up one of its type in the country. I am glad, I'm very proud to be a woman today. And she's setting the pace, and we are all looking at what we can do to better our lot. It's not enough to just sit down there and say we've been sidelined or we've been marginalized. I believe in quality, I believe in merit, I believe in getting things done because you deserve it.
The SWAPO party of Namibia, which was at one stage the sole and authentic representative of the Namibian people, in its policies has adopted a zebra policy which advocates for 50% representation of women in positions, in decision-making structures, and in politics and in leadership positions. So that zebra system has allowed Namibia really to make a lot of achievements in terms of gender equality and gender representation.
You're doing a great job, and we're happy to be partners with you in progress. We also want to say thank you for all those that give voices to women in all spheres of human endeavor. Without women, there is no standing nation. So on behalf of RAPA, I say welcome and thank you so much for organizing this August event.
At birth, the baby girl is golden in his time. Well done, thank you.
NACIMA is directly involved and we fully endorse all that is happening here. Our president would have been personally here, but she's all far away in Malaysia. And I was ordered, I was at the YF board meeting, I was ordered to come here this morning just to show the level of support and commitment we have for this program. I want to congratulate all of you women. Please, the era of saying my husband did not do anything for me is over. Come to NACIMA, we'll train you, make your own money and be independent and take care of our kids.
I'd like to thank the organizers of this conference. It was a pleasure meeting Tom recently. And also to say congratulations on this. But just remember one thing, let's change that mantra. Beside every successful man is a woman.
Thank you for giving us a platform as IRI, as an international partner committed to women's empowerment across the globe.
On behalf of Chief Mrs. Kemi Nelson, the APC National Southwest Woman Leader, she really wished she was here. She's on board now, but I know she got 3 of us to make sure anything you guys want, make sure you stand with Tom. She's somebody very close to my heart. And that speaks volume about the kind of person that she is. I'm taking one word with me, and that is one voice, my voice, our voice. And together, we must elevate Nigeria.
Let us examine the essence of solidarity. How do we stand with one another to raise our voices? Let us again look at how do we mobilize effectively to support these voices. How do we break the ceiling? That glass ceiling that keeps women down. How do we break it?
We're not totally there, but I think we've started the move. And it's better starting than not starting at all. We know where we're going, we've started moving, so I guess there's a lot of work to be done now for us to make sure we get to that destination. But the women have started.
We're fighting for space. We're fighting for our voices to be heard. And we need that momentum in Nigeria.
So we have to empower one another first. Once we empower one another, we're able to empower other people.
If you don't have women who are in the policy making, like honorable, definitely women will be left behind. And that is why we need to have more women. We need to join hands together. Any fora, any program that has to do with women, men should be factored in.
You need to fight for everything. And as women, the fight is double or triple. And the time has come for us to come together and do this fighting together. A lot of things divide us, most of all, political affiliations.
If we want to actually make amends, change the conversation, change the story, we can't continue to do the same things in the same way and hold the same conversations. That's all I'm saying. That yes, the Gender Affirmative Action Bill is desirable, but how doable is it?
When a man is MD of the company, when he's leaving, he already has a board of directors of 7 men. Women are not being intentional about this gender conversation. We're not being strategic. And there's a special place in hell for women who buy Ankara for other women to dance at political rallies after men and then they themselves.
We need to push this agenda forward. We cannot, in terms of representation in politics, in terms of, someone talked about sex for nomination in politics. No, we cannot continue like that. We're going to change it. And affirmative action law is the way forward. We're going to put all our resources into the basket, one basket. Not that we talk in divergent views. Some believe in it, some don't believe in it. If we believe in it, I believe in it. And I think this is the way to go.
Smart girls, for want of a better word, have no boundaries. And it's really about understanding those key influences that are actually within in that sort of family framework. We have a plant in the northeast, for instance, where there's a huge mindset that needs to shift. So back to your point, that was just one example you give. In Nigeria, we need millions of those as examples. So how do we penetrate? How do we change? How do we engage, educate, and inform those key influences, those men that actually are part of that family network? So I really feel that we still need to go back to the basics.
When we say amplify the voice of women, it means that you put the microphone in her mouth and you want her to shout louder. A lot of us, our feminism is on silence. We don't want the next person to hear, oh, we know we believe in equality, but we can't shout about it because we don't want to be demonized or we don't want to look like angry black women. Unfortunately, nothing is going to get done that way. So you need to keep yelling and you need to keep shouting. You need to keep screaming because you're angry. And anger is a very valid emotion.
There was a girl, Blessing, who was picked by teachers and taken to a hospital nearby for virginity test. And when she failed the virginity test, they expelled her. And so when I see a newspaper dedicate their editorial and try to use morality as the background to say that girls should not have an education, I honestly don't know what to say. And when we are speaking of this entering the streets that we are supposed to enter, because I myself am a very angry woman. When we are entering the streets, women, I know we like this Ashobi and all of that. This is not the time for it. This is the time to tie your wrapper, and if it's not complete, enter the street like that, without your slippers, without anything. We must go.
If in my influence, with my influence and my voice, as a governor's wife, I cannot make the change, who are you to dictate to me what I use my voice and my influence to do? So, you governor's wives, whatever, please push for this kind of laws, so that people like Indy would not be, would not have to be pulled out. I'm hoping that the amendment happens, and I'm hoping that the 36 states across Nigeria would adopt that kind of amendment, so that when girls get pregnant, they are not pulled out of school, and we should not forget that it is boys that impregnate girls.
single one of us occupies a space. Every single one of us has a voice. And every woman here has a wrapper. The men here, you all have agbadas. Even if you don't have wrappers, you have agbadas. They can serve the same purpose. Let us use those wrappers to cover up for one another, to show love, to show empathy, to show understanding.
We need women to support each other, stop getting jealous of each other. And the reason why we have to fight to get to where we need to get to is because of these children we're giving birth to. Because the youth of today, they have no hope if the women don't fight for them.
When they came up with the name of the First Lady, they had to give us 20 reasons to mitigate the 10 reasons why we shouldn't give it to her. We want to acknowledge you, we want to thank you, we want to appreciate everything you have done for Nigerian women. What we want is to have women radio across all the 6 geopolitical zones of Nigeria. So please, use your powers and let us have women radio all across Nigeria.
I would like to dedicate this award to all women that are here with me today, especially women with strong character.
We have been going on and on and on as Nigerian women, particularly those of us in the political class. And every electoral cycle, we go to our leaders. Please, sir, remember us. We were the ones who sang. We were the ones who danced. We were the ones who mobilized. Please don't forget us, sir. Over and over, but His Excellency gets it. 56%. Can we please all stand and acknowledge this amazing gentleman governor, who we hope all other governors in Nigeria will emulate?
This is a challenge to women to come and deliver. I'm sure we'll all deliver. Thank you very much.
I just want to use this opportunity to encourage other organizations as well.
And I would also like to dedicate this to all the single moms.
From the first panel, some of the key issues there, that's the first panel on women's political participation. It was re-emphasized that women's inclusion in the political space is important to achieve anything, because the voices of women can only be heard if and only if they are part of the decision-making processes. The role of culture and religion was also examined from some of the interventions made by the panelists, and how the interpretations affect the dreams of women, and how it reduces the space that they have to operate and live in. And moving on to the award to the wife of the President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, Dr. Aisha Muhammadu Buhari. In her response, she made note of 2 important points. The first that I took from my intervention was around political participation of women and the need for political parties to be affirmative in their drive for positions in the country. She also emphasized teamwork. Which means that for us to really get our voices together, we need to work as a team. We need to not work in silos. Remember that at the commencement of the conference this morning, we had said that my voice, our voice, your voice, our voices together, we need those voices to elevate Nigeria. And afterwards, we moved on to the second panel, which was also very exciting, and a lot of issues were discussed. One of the salient points from that discussion was the need for a shift in the understanding of the need for women to form a critical mass, to demand for their space and what is due to them. It was also re-emphasized that for women to get true affirmation in terms of representation, there was need to continue to advocate for a constitutional amendment. It re-emphasizes the need to strategize more positively for action. It emphasizes us working as a team, and it's also talking about empowerment and raising resources. Resources and actions to address violence against women, to advocate for an inclusive governance, which will focus more on these key areas, economy, especially on how it impacts on women.